Hi, welcome to another episode of We're Not Afraid of the Dark. I'm Ashley, here with my fiance Ben.
And I am Ben, here with my brother Adam.
Hello everybody, thanks again for joining us. We are at the Tale of the Dream Girl. And I think we should just start by explaining what we're drinking today, because that's always the main thing about this podcast. We just did the Three Ninjas episode today, which already aired. And that was mostly influenced by the hoop tea we've been drinking. I got another glass here.
Yeah, we pretty much killed the peach. There's a little bit left for Kayla when she gets here.
Update, mint has been acquired.
Oh.
Nice.
Your ties acquired mint.
I just finished this Stone Devil IPA. It's called the Inevitable Adventure. I looked it up. It's a beer company out of California, but this thing is 8.9% alcohol. This thing, you guys didn't like it because you don't have the IPA taste in you, but I loved it.
No, Miller, Blue Moon.
Man, fuck that. I can't drink that domestic shit. It has to be a craft brewery.
Out of here.
Yeah, I can't drink like the Budweiser Coors Light, Miller Light.
We don't drink butter Coors either. Well, that makes you feel any better.
Even Yingling. I mean, I used to drink that, but nowadays, like that's not even tasting me.
Well, see, I think going through high school and shit, I went to a whole hell of a lot more parties than you did.
Yeah.
So,
but I was more about playing like music and shit.
Yeah.
And better in my life.
Oh, well, here we are now.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this hoop tea watermelon mint. Have you tried that yet?
Let me take a sip.
It's nice.
Refreshing.
It could have went wrong.
Oh my god. Yeah, I like this.
It could have went wrong, but it was so good.
Yeah, and this is a really good day drink, I think, hoop tea.
Mm-hmm.
It gets you fucked up faster, I think, but it's very, very cool. And again, it's Backshore Brewing Company out of our home state of Maryland. And today is actually National, we'll call it National Maryland Day, but yeah, it is Maryland Day because the Europeans first stepped foot here in 1634, a long time ago. Although the fucking Native Americans were here for, 10,000 years or more. Let's go ahead and dive in this episode here. Yeah, we're waiting on my girlfriend to come back with Deep Betty Vodka. She's making a special cocktail when we record the other episode we're doing today, which is the Phone Police, which I don't think Kayla even watched, by the way.
Well,
she didn't miss much.
Yeah. Whoa, don't worry. We'll get that.
Yeah, we'll that one, no asshole. Well, this episode, The Dream Girl, starts out with arm wrestling competition between Tucker and Kiki. He keeps saying it's going to be over, but like...
He's losing.
I think Kiki could take his ass any better here. Betty Ann and Sam come in. And then Tucker gets distracted. Kiki takes him down pretty easily. But they're doing this arm wrestling competition. It's like a little ass log.
It's like a rotting log. It's hollowed out.
Yeah, how the hell should it get hollowed? I haven't seen that shit before. Unless you're at like Crate and Barrel by a coffee table or some shit. And Gary and Frank are sitting down at this like tree that I think just got put there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that tree that close to the campfire before. I think it was like a new prop. That tree didn't grow that fucking fast. Tucker says he wants to go again, but Kiki refuses. He says he can be here anytime.
Not that time, though.
Yeah, it gets mad because she called him a runt. Have you heard that as an insult for kids in the 90s, by the way? Call someone a runt.
That was really common in the 90s.
I don't have any recollection of that.
Really?
Yeah, not at all.
Maybe it was just a Southern thing.
Well, they're in Canada.
Yeah.
We don't know where the writer came from.
Well, we're going to find it here shortly. Trust Wikipedia.
Oh.
What is that? Can you turn that thing off?
That one's your phone.
Wait, mine? Who the fuck's blowing me up right now?
Kayla.
I already see this GIF right now. She does better. I'm recording.
She probably assumed you had it on silent.
Assumed. Okay, this episode here, it was directed by David Winning. He's also the person who did that Watches the Wood episode.
Ugh.
The Shiny Red Bicycle.
Okay.
That has a strong one. The Dream Machine.
All right.
Yes, he did a few of them before. That's a really important for Dark History. Now, this was written by David Preston. Now, you like this, Ben? He also wrote The Phone Police.
Oh.
And The Doll Maker, which Kayla and Ashley did.
Yeah.
He did a teleplay for David Preston. So that's when somebody writes a story, they adapted to television. So this was someone who was brought on for season 3, obviously. Gary says Sam's up. God, I think the last Sam story was the Watch in the Woods one, right? That was it. Yeah, we agree. Like, we were pretty drunk when we did that one, and we were doing video of that.
I don't even remember doing it.
Yeah, Ben got so fucked up, he actually forgot recording the whole episode.
That's probably the night he got home and I had to help him up out of the living room floor.
I was in the floor?
You were on the
What
floor.
the
Jesus Christ. Maybe we should go on a little Lent spree here and not drink for a month. But it's going to be a month where we don't record We're Not Afraid of the Dark. How about that?
That doesn't necessarily mean we're
not
going to drink.
Yeah, we drink almost every night.
Yeah, I'm the same way, but it's not like as hard as it is when we record podcasts.
Yeah, well, it stemmed off because I was like, when the fuck is Samantha going to tell a story? And you're like, she has. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, another thing is, we record these out of order, by the way. We record it based on interest and just different things happening. We recorded a few others in season 3 so far. We only have like a few episodes left, but we're making progress here. There's going to be a lot of in-between stuff, some fun content coming on the podcast. Sam says she has a story about something incredibly horrifying, but it's not monsters or demons. It's something that can strike anyone at any time, and it's always when someone least expects it. Ashley, remember what that is?
Pardon?
Do you remember what that is?
You're going to have to repeat for me.
It's true love. That's what gets struck at any time, is when someone least suspects it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I might have got that if I'd heard the question. I was
I thought they were just debating what the answer was.
Oh, no, I just didn't hear you.
All right. Well, they laugh, especially the teen guys here, because, of course, what teen guys think about love? It's not like these girls who read all these like young adult novels about some girl finding her true love when she's like, I don't know, 16 years old.
I was reading Fear Street.
Oh, okay. I think I read a Fear Street book before I read a Goosebumps book. It was the one about a snowman and like the abusive stepdad or something. Remember that one?
There were quite a few that had like the abusive stepdad, and I don't know, it's been years, but I read the whole series, every one they had in the library.
Now, did you read Sweet Valley High?
I might have read a couple of those.
Yeah, I remember I had an older cousin who used to be big in those, and a cousin my age, which of course me and Ashley are the same age, Babysitter Club.
I did love Babysitter's Club, and I loved Nancy Drew.
Ben, was Camille our sister, was she in the Nancy Drew? I remember she was in the Harriet Spy, that movie. With Michelle Tagenberg was in that, right?
I feel like Camille was into some Babysitter's Club.
Did you watch the movie, Ashley, of Babysitter's Club?
Oh, God. If I did, it would have been 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think we need to do that on this podcast. We'll have you, Kayla, do a review of that one.
Okay.
I haven't seen anybody do a review of that online. I'm sure it exists out there, but I haven't really seen it because a lot of the, of course, these nostalgia things are usually dominated by guys doing it.
That's true.
Yeah. I saw the Nostalgia Girl come back for some things that she had. That was an offshoot of Nostalgia Critic, just like We're Not Afraid of the Dark with Ben and I. We got our girlfriends involved, right?
Well, I mean, you can't go any better than that.
Oh, yeah. Although, actually, I will say this. I remember a cousin of ours around our age back in the day mentioned this Babysitter's Club book she was reading at the time. She told me the end of the plot, and it was like some guy put his like 15-year-old niece and her friend in charge of his like business while he was gone on vacation. It's like, what motherfucker's gonna do that?
Jesus.
Their like 15-year-old niece or their entire business.
Yeah, no, I don't think that would work.
Yeah, going 90s logistics for you. Although Ben and I were also talking about when we did the Three Ninjas that come Halloween we got to review the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
I was a joke.
Double Boy in Trouble. We're gonna do that, man. You know that. And Halloween Town.
Man, they got so many movies.
Halloween Town, Mr. Boogedy, Under Wraps. How about Dracula Dead Loving It?
Yeah, that too. Another thing that came to mind. Take this. Thank you. Yeah, my iPhone's been causing a lot of static this recording for some fucking reason. Yeah, it's just today. It never happens otherwise.
It's them solar flares.
Oh, yeah. I remember this because our sister used to watch the Olsen twins. I fucking hate the Olsen twins, by the way, because my crush was a girl at our course, Joe Sweden. I remember this. It wasn't the TV show they're on. What was that called? With like 12, 13 years old, they're living with their single dad.
Yes.
Remember that one?
I do remember
what
that
the fuck
one.
was the name of that? It Takes Two or something?
No, that was
the movie. Okay.
Yeah, that was the.
Yeah, we'll get the bothers real quick. Although I just see a funny meme the other day where it said a lost at birth had a picture of Mary-Kate and Olsen next to like the Muppets in the Labyrinth movie.
Two of a kind.
Oh, yeah, that's right, two of a kind. All right, it wasn't that, but it was another like one of their summer party videos or something that I remember our sister watched. It had the like accomplish something, then they're on a like private jet by themselves to Paris the next minute. It's like, what the hell? That's going quickly. Then again, every single Becky in America needs something with Paris in her bedroom, right? Always. All right, while Ashley's doing her research over there, we come into our episode here. We find out that Johnny and Erica are brother and sister and very close. They work in a bowling alley together. He's working on something. She complains that she's leaving. She's working at like some kind of waitress, right?
Yeah, she was like the snack counter.
And Johnny's a repair guy. Now, in Johnny's locker, he finds a ring and puts it on. Eric comes up and says, it's a girl's ring. He says, it's stuck. Well, it's not childbirth. I mean, it went on and come out, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Somebody give this guy a string.
And speaking of this, remember in the 90s, like we went to bowling alleys a lot. I remember that was a big hobby of like our grandparents' generation, especially. But
yeah,
you guys have 11-year-old. Do you guys go to bowling alleys like, or see your teens hanging out there at all anymore?
I think it's getting to be a little bigger again than it was for a while, but I don't think it's ever going to hit kind of the pitch that it was at that time.
Yeah, people needed hobbies and socialization back before social media, definitely, to keep themselves occupied. And of course, there's bowling clubs all the time. Well, she makes a joke. He closes the locker, and at home, he still can't get the ring off. Then I like what she said. He sits on her homework while she's doing it.
Yeah.
He says he tried everything to get that ring off, except for cutting his finger off. Mom says it's bedtime. She says she's going upstairs, but he's going to stay there and watch TV. Then static comes on, and he hears his name. Now, the other thing is, that ring looked like a class ring, right?
Yeah, it is a class ring.
Okay.
Which, as far as I'm concerned, is like a hole in the story.
All right, we'll get to that. Just please bring it up when you have to, okay? Now, we had this thing here where they say people give each other class rings. Do people do that anymore? Because I remember there used to be a big thing where, like, because she makes a joke about going steady to himself because he has a ring on.
I'm not sure about anymore, but it was very common when I was growing up for girls to have their like boyfriend's ring on a necklace around, their neck or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, Kayla wears my show all the time. She's like, see the girls like wearing their boyfriend's clothes.
We do.
Do you wear Ben's clothes all the time?
They're our clothes. Yes. No, they're ours. I wear our clothes.
Oh, okay.
Did you get a class ring, Adam?
No, I never did.
Ashley?
I lost mine.
See, I never bought one.
See,
because they're like $500.
Well, I remember when I looked at I didn't want one of the tacky ones that everyone else had.
Right.
I wanted one that had like my initial on it and the year, and that was it. And then Mom was like, "Oh, that's a little plain." It's like, okay, I'm gonna get one then. So then my idea now is I graduated high school, I have a BA, I have an MBA, and I plan to go for a doctorate. So once I have my doctorate, then I'll have like all the colleges, the schools I've ever been to in my life on one ring, and then I'll call it a day. So I'll just say 02 through whatever I get my doctorate.
That's going to be the biggest ring ever.
Yeah, just be discreet about it. Well, when he's watching the static, he gets a visit from this girl in his dreams. And actually, get prepared for some male talk right here.
Oh, she don't worry.
All right. This girl is the fucking hottest actress I have seen in Are You Afraid of the Dark.
Yeah.
She was a really pretty girl.
Yeah. And we looked her up. Her name is Shanna Vaughn. And I was really surprised. This episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark was her last acting credit. She was in like Rin Tin Tin Canine Cop, the TV show in the early 90s, and a TV movie and a TV series, and that was it. But I mean, this girl looks amazing. I got like an eighth of an erection when she came on screen.
Wow.
At certain points. It wasn't a full reaction, just like an eighth of one.
That was news to me.
Yeah. And I found this cool cast photo of her and some of the other people in Are You Afraid of the Dark because
isn't that Alan Thicke from Growing Pains?
No, it's not Alan Thicke.
Looks like it from over here.
That's the director, David Winning. I'll put like the show notes.
He looks like Alan Thicke from Growing Pains. From here.
Yeah, set like 100 more
that
pounds.
Boy with it? I know that's Johnny from the show. Does he look uncomfortable to you? Because he does to me.
Yeah, the
back
director
here.
has his hand around him. And Johnny looks like he has a bunch of makeup on as opposed to the show. You know what I mean? Like his lips and his eyebrows.
He can't have his arm around the girl.
Well, the photo also has the actress who plays Erica, whose name's Andrea Namath. And I looked her up. Her last acting credit was Scary Movie, the original one in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other person in the photo is the assistant director, Sean Dyer. But yeah, I thought that was a cool behind the scenes photo to have there. But I was surprised. I couldn't find in my research any modern pictures of this woman here. And we talked about, we looked at that girl Dee Dee from the prom queen episode. That woman's fucking hot right now. We followed her Instagram. Yeah, she looked a lot better as she aged. Yeah, but I mean, this girl, she comes out here, amazing face, her hair's all done right. She's talking sexy.
Talking sexy.
I'm not going to jerk off to an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, but this will be about as close as I come.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. She goes to kiss him, then he wakes up. Back in the bowling alley, we see, of course, the stereotypical fat manager that every single 90s show needs to have.
Oh, yeah.
He says he hasn't had a breakdown in 4 months. And the longer he holds it off, the better he looks. And John said, yeah, thanks to me. But yeah, he feels really unappreciated. He says he can't do it all by himself. Then he looks behind him and questions. He says he's had these dreams lately about this girl, and Erica makes a joke about it. He says he's never seen her before and hasn't seen her since, but it looks a lot like that girl over there. And Erica's like, Sherry Lockhart? He goes up to her, and they're complaining about like shoe size. This one person, it's like the manager has to come in. It's like, was it that fucking big of a deal? Got the wrong shoe size?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm a size 6, but they gave me a size 9. Johnny goes up to Cheryl. This girl looks like a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You got that vibe, Ashley?
Her eyes were rolling before anything else.
One more time.
The chick.
Yeah, she's a bitch.
When he goes to approach that woman or that girl.
I honestly, that was when I started. I had some suspicions about what was going on in the episode anyways, but like when she turned around, it was 100% bitchy.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was like almost seemed genuine when she asked, is someone talking to me? So it struck me as funny. So when the guy at the counter just ignored him and walked away too, I was like,
Yeah, I had that much in the manager ignores him. So he's also been isolated and such as go to.
It was only a couple minutes after that I looked at Ben. I was like,
damn it. Ashley, you got to roll the whole ending.
Take it out.
I'm assuming that most people watch this episode for the listen to this podcast, hopefully. He goes to his locker. The locker's empty. He's like, what the fuck just happened here? He hears a voice behind him saying, it's Donna. And I was thinking, like, she approaches him at that point, right?
Who, Donna?
Is that the point where she says, come with me?
I don't think she does just yet there.
Okay. Well, he goes back to the alley and starts having like a panic attack. Back at home, Mom's complaining about the bills. He calls for her, but she drops something on the floor. She ignores him. Goes to the letter on the ground. It's addressed to him. With Erica, he finds a poem. It's signed by Donna. It says, the girl from his dreams. It says to meet him at the snack bar at the bowling alley at midnight. Erica's like, well, it's after closing. He says he doesn't know if he should go. He has a weird feeling about it. And there's something about her that he has to find out. Now, fortunately, we're in the days of Facebook and online searching for people. Like, they have her full name there. You could look it up on, like, Facebook or something.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, I mean, if you had his full name, you either had to ask him at school or hope your best in the phone book, right? It's 5 minutes prior to midnight. When he gets there, he hears some old-fashioned music. And I was thinking, like, how the hell did he get in this bowling alley if they're closed then?
Well, he's the maintenance guy.
So he works there. It
He
makes
should have
sense
a
for
house
him
key.
to have
He
a
should
key.
have keys.
I mean, this guy's like 16, 17 years old.
Oh, he's a maintenance guy.
I said I was more suspicious about the girl telling him to meet her there at midnight when she didn't work there. Like, I figured it made sense for him to have keys, but how is she going to...
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. We see an old-fashioned couple like from the 50s sitting there. There's like a 50s-style waitress and some cook. Old-fashioned diner. Did you get the vibe? This is on my the screenshot of my personal laptop, but Nighthawks, the painting.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought about.
Yeah, but Edgar Hoover.
Show me.
Ben's not a big art history fan. Or Hopper, rather.
As soon as you see it, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. It's like they've recreated it in movies and this and that dozens of times.
That one, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing we're missing there is a waitress, and we have one other guy. But yeah, we have the
Say, dude even like tipped his hat to him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's this big theme in this painting here of isolation, because this whole side of the painting is empty while there's a lot of activity right here, and this guy's sitting by himself.
Right.
So maybe that was part of the inspiration for this. But yeah, that was a very famous American history painting. I'll put a link in the show notes. She gives him food. He's like, how did you know it was my favorite? She kind of brushes it off. 12:30 comes. The couple starts dancing. He finishes his meal, starts getting impatient, goes to pay. She asks what the hurry is. Then Donna shows up wearing the same outfit she had previously. She says she hopes she's not late. What's with these girls being late all the time in Afraid of the Dark? Happens in the Midnight Society as well.
I think it's just they write it that way because of the whole stigma about always waiting on women. We take forever to get ready. We're always late.
Yep.
She says she would never stand him up. He's wearing her ring, asking him to dance. He asks who she is, and she says,
"You know."
He must know, yeah, because he's wearing her ring. It's almost time to go, and she wants him to go with her. The staff encourages, and then she says like it's too late. And I think it's Iris at this point, like he knows she's a ghost. And I was thinking back of mine, especially the locker room scene. Like, Ben, as a teenage guy, would you honestly have sex with a ghost that look like this? What's it gonna hurt? I mean, what do you think about it? I mean, this girl is obviously like a 10.
We were watching some ghost story, and there was like, oh yeah, this woman has sex with ghosts, and she likes it. Like, what?
Nice.
Wait, what? How?
It's a figment of her imagination.
She's got a real good imagination.
Well, she is in a hurry to get out. For some reason, it's too late. Johnny goes and knocks a table over, and then everything's empty at Boulderama. Back from commercial break, he's back home and talks to Eric about it. That's when she shows him this newspaper, and they find out that Donna is dead. She died in a car accident, and we did look at the date. It didn't say what year she died, but it did say what car they were driving, and it looked like a 1984 model. Erica says her and her boyfriend were out driving. The car stalled on a railroad track. They both got out, but Donna went back for the school ring that her boyfriend had just given her. And then the train came. The only person to account for that would be the boyfriend. Did you just catch on to
what's been bugging me, Ben?
How the ring got off her finger?
That's not even it. I mean, I did wonder that too. But when y'all are ready, I'll tell you why it bothers me.
Okay. By the way, I want to bring up this actor here. I thought this acting in this episode was the strongest we've seen in a long time. By the way.
Yeah. The acting was great.
Yeah, this guy is named playing Johnny Fab Filflo. He's acted today. He was in Rin Tin Tin Cop, so I think it was a different episode than the girl playing Donna is, but he was also on Chris Folk. You guys watch that show ever?
Nope.
Back in the early 2000s?
Mm-mm.
What about the dating guy?
No.
The Adventures of Chuck and Friends?
Nope.
Glassstones?
Nope.
Save Me? Oh, he's been active since the early 90s. So.
Save Me, I've watched.
Okay. Yeah, that was
I've
up here.
I've seen commercials about it, but that was about it.
Okay.
Oh, that was Rescue Me.
Never
mind.
Mm-hmm. Yep, scratch all that.
Once he is confident that she's a ghost because they just found out she's dead. He tries to get a ring off of Grease, but that doesn't work. And then Donna appears behind the locker room door. And yeah, that's when I thought about it, that sex scene with the ghost. I mean, she's looking good right there. She's to go up close to him and stuff. Yeah, this is ready to go. Erica comes into the room and starts questioning Johnny's state of mind there. She asks if he's sure it's the ring that's making this happen. There's a phone call at their house, and it's Donna. How'd she get this number?
She knows it.
Yeah, that's one thing I was questioning, like fan book or something. Maybe fan police were involved.
I don't want to get ahead now, but she knows the number.
Yeah. She says she won't bother him anymore, and the ring comes off of his hand. He questions if all she wants is the ring back. So they have to go find her, and then the first spot is the graveyard. Now, again, this is the one part. Actually, there's two parts of this episode I didn't like. One is this graveyard. It looks cheap and corny. It doesn't look like an actual real graveyard. Like the finding the stones and shit. It doesn't look real.
Well, I mean, I didn't even have a problem with that. I really didn't have a problem with much of this episode.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Erica says to come with her because she's in the graveyard with him. They didn't find anything, but then he quickly stumbles upon a grave right there. It's covered in leaves. And of course, when they have this thing off, it says Donna Maitland. It has to be her because not many people have that name, right? And this is when our plot really thickens. Yeah. Because he says, or Erica says she knows, or Erica says that he probably knew where she was buried for a reason.
You feeling the alcohol?
Yeah. She says maybe you've been here before. And plot twist, he pulls it off, and there's his name on the gravestone as well. So he died with her.
Well,
he's the boyfriend.
I think the sister put the leaves on it.
Are you sure? It wasn't just there from like bad perpetual care?
No, because he's like, oh, did you find anything? No, like, no, I haven't found anything. Like, you can see it in her face. And then she's like, oh, well, you know why. And then then he brushes off the rest, and it's because he's dead too.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Ashley, go ahead with what you were going to say earlier.
About the ring?
About anything, any type of spoilers. Now that we know Johnny's dead.
Yeah, and before we started recording today, Ashley says she saw this coming when I was watching this a few minutes ago. Like, I didn't see this coming. I remember this episode growing up, but I didn't remember the ending.
Well, between everybody ignoring him and him going to his locker and it being empty and like, oh, where's my stuff? And like, there were just little things. Like, the only person he interacted with directly in this episode was his sister.
Yeah.
And see?
And the fact that he was interacting with her was the only thing that held me off from coming to the conclusion that I did.
See, I wanted to say that he was getting ignored by everyone, but then I didn't want to give it away that he was dead too.
Yeah, I thought there was good hints though.
But as far as the ring, what bothered me is they kept saying that he gave her this ring. Like you said, it looks like a class ring. Boyfriends don't give girlfriends the girlfriend's class ring. Like,
maybe they did that school.
If it had been his ring, it wouldn't have got stuck on his finger, and he didn't buy her class ring.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
he's got a maintenance job, babe.
Yeah, maybe he gained a few pounds since he died.
But yeah, it was a girl's class ring, so it just, I feel like that didn't exactly in my mind it didn't.
Well, they said back then in the article the ring that her boyfriend just got her, so maybe he bought the ring for her.
Yeah, that's what I told you last night. But you're like, I get what you're saying with that he would give her his ring rather than buying her ring for her.
It's explained that he tried to push her out of the way when she went back to get the ring, but it was too late, and they both died. And she shows him the other side of the article, which has his picture there. Erica says that she was the only one that could see him when he came back, and for some reason he didn't remember the accident or that he was dead. And then Donna appears, looking hot as always, this graveyard.
Adam's going to be thinking about Donna for a while.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, this is the best Look at Ashes we had at Our Fade Dark so far, and I really want to know what she's up to nowadays that she quit acting.
I'd like to talk to a few of these people because it seems like after they go on this show, they don't do much else unless you guys find them on Mr. Skin.
Yeah,
they go on Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, or Author.
So, like, I'm wondering, were they like traumatized or like
no?
What happened?
It's just the child actor thing. I mean, some of these kids may have acted, and then like they have just different interests, so they go on to different kind of things. Erica says she wants him to go with her and doesn't want to lose them again. They hug. And the other problem I had was this music here because it's a little corny. It's like Kenny G style. They say Erica was always going to miss Johnny, but it made her feel better that he was happy with the girl of his dreams.
I got like a Crow vibe at the end here.
I haven't seen that movie in a while either.
He got goosebumps.
Really?
That was from the alcohol, baby. I told you last night. That was from the alcohol.
All right. Well, what are your guys' final thoughts on this episode?
I loved it.
I thought it was a really good episode.
Yeah. I thought this was one of the best episodes of the series so far, easily.
Absolutely.
And in terms of season 3, between this and Apartment 214, they're different episodes. This one was more mysterious, and it seemed like it was geared towards older teens.
Right.
With kind of the love thing happening.
Whereas...
they're completely different stories, but everything about this episode was strong. The acting was on point. It kept my interest the whole time, and the story was interesting. I didn't see that plot twist coming, by the way.
I'm broken. I see right through stuff. I can't even watch TV.
Well, my other gripe, I thought this episode was going to go too much in the direction of what they already done before, because we had episodes before where someone shows up and people were back in period clothing from decades ago, or there's like ghost figures all the time, and we need to figure out what the hell happened. Like, it went a different route. I thought it was original.
I don't think there's been a lot done like that. I mean, I'm sure there's been something similar along the lines here and there, but it's definitely not something that's overdone. And they definitely had a fresh enough spin on it that it didn't scream like, hey, this is like such and such from.
Yeah, especially considering this episode came out in 1994.
It held its own.
Yeah, the only thing dated I would say in this episode is the fact that it takes place in a bowling alley. I don't think that happened nowadays, but
and see that
it just so happened that they worked there, though.
That kind of raises the question, like, okay, so the bowling alley. All right, so this fucking diner scene in a bowling alley with 50s ghosts. Who the fuck are they? Who's this diner lady? Like you know, the sister would know. The sister would know, like, oh, okay, we used to have midnight, like cafe stuff at the bowling alley, but that doesn't explain that shit. But
I was also getting like a Shining vibe there with that waitress, like with the bartender in The Shining, where they're talking to someone who's like not mentally capable, and they're like saying, "Oh, like they knew his favorite food." Yeah, but my other thing here was this time thing, because me and Ben paused the episode to look at that date, and I was thinking, like, when did Johnny and Donna die? Was it the 1950s or 60s, or was it like recent? Because the article that we saw, it looked like 1984, but it could have been 1964. But how would that explain the sister who's a teenager?
Right.
Yeah. That would be like the big plot hole right there. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, when did he die? Because now there's like this 50s diner scene, and there's like 30s, like 1930s, 1950s ghost.
Although what this band? What if those people
died in the bowling alley?
Yeah, they worked at bowling alley over years, and they died as well.
So just came back. Together. That was their happy place.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, again, it is a very, very strong episode. I recommend that people do check this one out. It's not corny. It's not overly scary for kids. And I mean, as an adult, I like watching this. It's a good ghost tale. Right?
Did not disappoint.
Oh, yeah. Thanks again for listening. Please be sure to check out Instagram. We're Not Afraid of the Dark. No apostrophe. Facebook Stine. You guys have email questions? We're Not Afraid of the Dark at gmail.com. It's produced by Modulation Studios. Are you afraid?